Hello everyone, welcome to another video review. This is a review for the Montana ski gloves from the North Face. It's not yet winter time, it's only fall, but you wouldn't know it. It snowed last week, we had a windstorm, it's been in the 20s, it's been really cold and windy, and I bought these gloves to use for the snow conditions. When I'm wiping the snow off my car, for example, when I'm out in the mountains doing my hiking or snowshoeing, whatever. I needed a pair of gloves that had warmth and water resistance, and I didn't have that. I was having to make do with gloves that I bought at Cabela's that were, just basically like your knit gloves that wasn't cutting it. And it's hard to find gloves in my size, and it's hard to find gloves that I like, because I want to have dexterity in my fingers, but I still want them to be warm and keep my hands dry. Now these, you don't have a lot of dexterity in the fingers, enough to get by, but they do keep your hands warm and dry. So they do suit the purpose that I bought them for. Now let's check them out. So you see the fingers here, pretty thick. There's a lot of insulation here. These have the E-tip feature too. You can see the difference in the stitching here. That's not on these ones because the material's different. It's also on the thumb. You can see here, stitching. So these materials right here is different. That's to use your phone with. It's got a cuff that's adjustable right here with a Velcro. This is the pull-on tab. This, I don't know what it's for. Probably for securing them to something somehow. These are a size small. They still fit over your watch though with the cuff like this. So same with like your coat. However the wrist is on your coat, whether it's a button that you adjust or it's Velcro or if it's just already one size with some elastic or maybe not, it'll work. So that's one thing with my coat that I'm always playing with these is the wrist, because it comes up so high. So I have to take my coat over it and then undo the Velcro and then put it over it. That's just the way I like it. You don't necessarily have to do that, right? You can tuck the coat into here too if you wanted to and use this, secure it. What's great is you can still get access to your watch with these because it's not so tight that it's, cutting off the circulation or anything. There's still some room there, but that does leave some room to maybe get some snow down in there, right? So I do have them pretty much all tight, but that's why you want your coat to go over the top of it, right? But to each their own. They do have the little clasp feature too. That's nice, so it's harder to lose them. Now there's a different model for this year. It's the same Montana ski gloves, but it has a little thing over the wrist that's a little different design. So if you were to look on the website, you'd see they look a little different, but it's the same model. This is last year's model. I bought them on clearance. So it's like, Honda Civic for this year will be different from the Honda Civic from next year, but it will still be a Honda Civic. Same with this. This is just last year's model. They have the New Year's version up on the website now. It's not much different, but it does have a little thing on the wrist that you'll see, which clearly you don't see on these. So you'd be like, oh, it's not the same thing. It is the same thing. What I like most about these is the water resistance. Like I put my hand on my car and cleaned all the snow off of it with these. Nothing at all. Not even a hint of moisture. Now the hard part about these is the sausage fingers, because the dexterity just goes down to nothing. They're like big pillows on your hands, but super warm. Actually, I had to take them off when I was on my break walking at work because they're so warm. But I did have all my other gear on, right? I had my hat, I had my coat, I had my wool socks on. So you got to be careful that you're not too warm with these. So, I was wearing these and it was 25 degrees out, and with all my other gear on, and when I was walking, I took them off. They're that warm, and they block the wind extremely well. So you don't have to worry about putting your hands in your pockets, and you probably wouldn't be able to anyway because of how thick they are. But they're a good deal. I think that they perform just as expected. I don't think that I could give many suggestions on what I would improve. You have to have more insulation to be warmer. And the more insulation means that they're going to be thicker and have less dexterity. There just seems to be not a way around it. I've even looked at high-end leather gloves that are lined on the inside. They're like $150. And, I just don't know how well those or how practical those are. So you can find these at Cabela's, Bass Pro, other places like that, and you can find them online. Check them out. The Montana ski gloves from the North Face.